I think.
I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you.
The servers are up. All right, we're
Yeah.
live. I think.
Okay. I'll be back in about 20.
Okay, okay. I'll see you a little bit. Bye bye.
Deuce.
All right, looks like the servers are up. Uh, Even though it said server maintenance down, they didn't take down the sign, so that's great. So they didn't take down the sign, the server maintenance down sign. So it looks like it's been up, and I was delaying. I'm like, what the hell? Why is it taking so long? Marks 07 07. So we are up. We are streaming. We are up and we are streaming. Fantastic. So it's working. At least I think it's working so far. I'm loading. I'm loading. I guess they didn't take down the server maintenance sign, so I was looking for things to show up, but somebody said that just log in because it's you can get to the game anyway. Listen, if you guys want materials, make sure that you let me know what commander's name you are in the game. Send me a friend invite so I can give you access to the squadron carrier. And this way you can get the stuff from the bartender because there's no way for you to hit the bank unless you're part of my squadron. Everything's in the bank. So whatever you need, come into Discord. Tell me what your commander's name is. We'll get a friendship going. And then tell me what materials you need to get started. Okay, I told you I'm full. Just make sure you have plenty of space because I have lots of stuff. So make space in your ship. But people, what person came on? I don't know who it was. I don't know the commander name. So in game, so I got to know the commander name so we can become friends, and then he can raid the bar, right? And get whatever he needs. I don't mind. I told you guys I have plenty of stuff, so I was gonna end up selling it anyway, getting rid of it because it's too much. It's taking up half the squadron carrier, so and moving the squadron carrier around is highly expensive right now. It's like if I don't reduce the cargo, it's and keep on adding, it's going to be even more expensive. So trying to do that. Okay, we're in game. Fantastic. Look at that. So they didn't take down the actual maintenance server maintenance sign. That's good to know. You know, this is China. They love to honk horns. One second. Let me try to. No, I don't want you to deposit anything, Marks. If you need stuff, please take it. No deposits, no returns. So if you want to give me stuff, I don't want the stuff. I don't want stuff. Just are you in our squadron, Marks? Did you sign up for the squadron? I don't know if you are or not. I'm sorry, but people's YouTube name is different than occasionally different than the squadron name. Yeah, Dogface. Right. Dogface. Okay, cool. Yeah, let me give you. Don't deposit, please, because it's we have so much junk. We have so much stuff. Don't deposit. Just use it. Let me go to Dogface. Just use it. I'm gonna promote you. Um, and just use it. And if you don't need it, sell it. Okay? But there's too much stuff, dude. There's just too much. So, um, see what you can do. Okay? Yeah, if you got access, to the squadron carrier. Just grab what you need. There's some things that it doesn't have, like risk assessments. I think mining analytics, manufacturing instructions. Let me know what you need, and I'll get you those things for you. Because manufacturing instructions, I have a foolproof method of getting manufacturing instructions, and then I'll get you what you need. Okay, so but don't get frustrated for the engineering, and don't do a million things. You just need 3 suits: the Artemis suit, Maverick suit. All right, I'm back in action here. Okay, my voice should be back. All right, welcome to Elite Dangerous Daily. Today, good news. I applied for the Elite Partner Program. Maybe I shouldn't say it that I did that, because if they turn me down because I have a bad mouth, profane mouth, and I've cursed them out a few dozen times. Though I gotta say, I've actually praised them more than I cursed them. Except some things I just need to understand why they do the things they do. You know, maybe one day when I meet these guys, they can tell me, but I see no logic in half the stuff they do sometimes. So, you know, whatever. But I applied for the partner program so I can have access to all the goodies that come out. Like, for instance, they have, if you go on Twitch and you watch a Twitch stream for 15 minutes or so, they give you like these gifts, these skins or whatever, paint jobs. So I think that's cool. I think that's a cool thing. So I applied for that today. Yeah, I don't care. You know, people are saying I should apply, and I did. So let's see what happens. We'll see what happens. Finally, I get this site on light, in the light. Yeah, Ricardo just did a short last night, and he put me in a short again. So I thought that was cool. You know, and I think we were over 1,000 subscribers already. So I'm not sure. I have to look. Hey, thanks a lot, Evgaz. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. So, what are we doing today? We're just doing... Let me just get this... Why is this so low? I can't hear the damn computer. Window capture. Audio capture. I can't hear the ship. Oh, no wonder. Okay, so gotta help the algo to get boosted. Yeah. Thanks a lot for the help. Appreciate it. So we're doing colonization because I was stupid. I built a whole bunch of things. They're in orbit right now, and I put up construction for a whole bunch of things, and now I have to build them, right? So it's kind of a big deal. Holy moly, man! It's a lot of calling. I don't know why I did that. But all the four constructions is 72,000 aluminum, 74,000 CMM composites, 25,000 liquid oxygen, 90,000 steel, 60,000 titanium, and then all the other stuff that I need. Holy moly. Yeah, so I'm going to have a lot of hauling to do, probably finish by the end of the summer. Oh my goodness. But that will tell you how much I love colonization. I really do love colonization, guys. It's my favorite. So I put this city. This city is gonna be a. It's gonna be a big city, tier 3 city, and it's in between the mountains, so you get a nice view. There'll be a nice view from the bar area, I think. So that'll be cool. That'll be very, very cool. So if I'm in the partner program, hopefully I find out the next few days or week or whatever, I'll be able to have first access to the Nomad, and hopefully I can engineer it. That'll be special, you know. Maybe I can engineer it. Whatever. If not, then it's okay. I do have my own opinions, so you know, I'm pretty boisterous and loud and profane, as the Queen of Galnet says. I'm profane, but I mean well, and I'm a nice guy. I do help out. Okay. So if you need a squadron, join DRKK. That is the call sign for our squadron. DRKK. We have a pretty good tight crew. I'm big on ground, I'm big on combat, so I can help you out with anything you need. And we have a lot of materials on our squadron carrier, a lot, so you can do your suits. A few things are missing because they're rare drops, but I can help you get them. So that's, I think it's my duty as a squadron squadron leader, I guess, what they call me. I guess I'm a squadron leader. I guess it's my duty to help out those who need help, so that's important to note. So we're hauling, and we're hauling. This golden spike system is going to be another hub. I think I'm going to build 4 on the bridge so people can colonize off the bridge, right? So you don't have to go back to the bubble or anywhere else. You can just come to the systems. Right now, one is pretty much full, and that's pipe stem sector SU-O B6-1. That one is full. That one is done. That one has everything in it, even water, but you have to get your water from a T1. So if you need materials on the bridge, that's a place to go, and it's one jump from everything, so you don't have to go into the bubble to get your things, which is important. So once I finish golden spike system, which once I finish it, that'll be two hubs that you can get materials from. There is the Shogunate, the Angelo account. I'm gonna fix that up. That one has some stuff. And there's one more that I'm gonna do in the middle somewhere. I'm trying to decide where. There is a system that has some good planets, but I can't put everything there. So let's see. So you'll be within jump range of one of the hubs if you colonize on the bridge. And I said the bridge is about 200, almost 200 or more than 200 from the actual enclave, which is the actual ground. I know is moving this way, and so the other powers are moving this way. So sooner or later there'll be power play in this area also, you know, so that's a good thing. Shogunate. Yeah, that's an actual word. That's an actual word, Marks. That's an actual word, shogunate. Like it's a shogun. It's run by the shogun. So yeah, good times. One second, I'm gonna just put you guys on. Two times DC in 17 minutes. That's wonderful. Yep, wonderful news. So, I know in my new house, I'm definitely gonna have to do some kind of renovation, make it soundproof. Too much going on.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Too much going on around here. Okay. Ground ones are the hardest to do. I'd like better like ports that I could put the fleet carrier right next, like starports right next to the starport and just run the fleet carrier back and forth fast. Ground ones I hate. You have to come down and land. You can't do the escape pipe method. And so, yeah, it's 1320. 1320. I'm looking for 7s now. Please, FDev Santa. Please, FDev Santa, give us Class 7 in the cargo rack. Please, FDev Santa. Please, FDev Santa, give us a Class 7 cargo rack. Okay, so leadership board, I made 10 million, that's nice. And I'm still at 4.2, so I'm capped out. I'm capped out at 4.2. That's nice. Capped out at 4.2. And even though I build more and more, I'll still stay at 4.2, which is a crime. It really is. So maybe that's a way for them, maybe logically that's a way for them to just have people stop colonizing. Maybe that's what they want. They don't want people to over-colonize and give up after a while because they're not making any more money. I don't know. Just, I wish I had an explanation, but I don't. I would want everyone to do as much as they can and make as much as they can. I mean, you got a CG that you basically deliver one and you make what, they're 40 million or something like that. So how much is a CG now? What are we at? What are we at now on the CG? They should foreclose on undeveloped systems. I don't think they need to foreclose, but I do think they need to limit the people that are just putting down T1s. Like if they just put down T1s and they have empty systems that haven't been, like you can put down, let's say 100, use a number, a round number, okay? 100 T1s. But if they're undeveloped, you can only put 101 after you develop one. Or 50 T1s, or 40 T1s. They gotta develop the one. They gotta build something. That's what I would do. Because it's just, not good. I don't like it. I just don't like it. So, okay, so we got 6 days, 21 hours to finish the actual community goal. We have 122 million, so that means that we're at 61%. And it's not It's lackluster. It's not really the best CG. I unless the paint jobs are so fantastic that wow, thank God I did the CG, but we don't know. Right? We don't know. So really looking for a class 7 pre-engineered cargo rack. Oh my god. Please, please FDev Santa. Please FDev Santa. We want a class 7 cargo rack. Please FDev Santa. Eventually I'm gonna have to do the new location that I actually got. I claimed a new location for some reason, but there might be a good one for another hub. If you want to know, you guys, if you want to get population in your system, okay, if you want to get population in your system, you need to claim a system that has an Earth-like world. Okay, then you'll get higher population. If you want more money, you gotta do extractions and manufacturing. Extraction, manufacturing give you more money. Okay. So, FYI. And don't forget, at 5 million, you're gonna be capped. They're gonna have a levy. I haven't moved past 4.2 million in forever. So I guess they took a levy at me when I hit 5 million. Which is it's a crying shame. Alright. Thank you for joining my stream. Make sure you check the like button, you subscribe, and you smash that notification bell. I am soon to be, hopefully, a partner. If hopefully they don't listen to my previous streams where I actually was cursing them out. Because it's not I was cursing them out. I really love the work they do. And I thank them for the good stuff that they do. But some things just doesn't make any sense to me. It just lacks sense. Like a minus 35 nerf on reinforcement. Why nerf it? Why nerf it? Just add more gameplay, add more things that we can get bonuses on instead of nerfing. Because what nerfing does, it psychologically tells people don't play that. It's not worth the same as the other stuff. You know, it's like you go to a restaurant and they say, well, you know, we have the special. It's 50% off. But it also has 50% less food. Are you going to buy it? Probably not. Anything that you get reduced satisfaction or reduced things, gratification in, is going to be unwelcomed. So, personally, I really would like to sit down and understand, but I just don't understand. I don't understand why they would do that. And I'm a gamer and I'm a designer too. I design games too. And I want my kids who play my games to have that gratification that they succeeded, that they got something. I do make it a little hard sometimes, but they figure it out. They figure out how to play it. And I don't change the game. You know?
Touchdown confirmed. Command system shut down.
So in any case, leave a comment. Tell me why you think they like to nerf as much as they do. And don't tell me balancing the game. There's no such thing as balancing games. Balancing games doesn't have... It has no relevance because we're not fighting any bosses. Then you need to be balanced. So say I'm overpowered in some arms, I'm overpowered as a tank, and the other guys are not. And we're fighting a boss. We have no bosses to fight. All you have to do is increase the shields and the lasers on
Ship released. Departure
the
authorized.
pirates' ship, and that's the balancing you should do. PvP balance. I just don't believe that's necessary. There's no need to balance a game. Not this game. Most people play by themselves. You know? And power play, they already put a nerf in it, and that's the degradation of the influence. The actual control points go down every week, every day, right? So they go down. So
You are clear of the station. Have a safe trip, Commander.
you don't actually need to balance power play. You don't need to balance construction in colonization. You don't. The payment that they got, they put a levy on it for balance, right? Because it's too much. Because people can do a lot of colonization and they making too much money. So what?
4,
You know?
3, 2,
So what? So they they're making 20, 30 million a week. So what? If I do one transport of aluminum, I get 45 million credits. Just one. And I receive 20,000 credits for the aluminum. What's the markup on that? 2,000%? 20,000%? So you create imbalance by making these CGs with these massive payouts. Okay? Not necessarily money. Not necessarily like cargo racks and stuff, like items. But the money creates, imbalance because people are expecting large payouts. Like I'm gonna get 120 million times 10. Plus I delivered the
orbital flight
the
engaged.
aluminum. That's about 2.2 billion that I'll make off the CG in 1 week. 2.2 billion. Right? So think about this. I'm getting 4.5 million a week for my colonization. 4.5 million. It's craziness. There's an imbalance there because one thing you get more from, one thing you get less from. That, like for instance, the ground combat. You shoot a guy, he's shooting at you. He just took off your shields. You shoot him, you only get 1,000 credits for his bounty. I'm sorry, but that's imbalance. No, it's not, dude. It's not. This is passive income. It's not. It's not. It should be 10 times what it is right now. I should be getting 42 million a week. I should be getting 42 million a week. Okay? Not 4.2 million. I'm capped out. It hasn't moved. It hasn't moved since I got one time it hit over 11 million, and then after the week after I got 4.2. And that was it. Since then I've only been getting 4.2. So these are the things that I'd like to find out why they do these things, because there's no credits are not, it's just not the currency. Okay, Dogface, it's just not the currency. What the currency is the stuff that's sitting in
Request granted.
my cargo on the squadron carrier. All those materials, the mats, that's the currency. That's the actual currency of this game. Okay, because if you want to be better, you got to upgrade your suits, your guns, your ships. Credits do what? It does nothing. Once we buy the ship, we bought the ship. And now you can buy a ship with arcs. So credits really are not useful. They're just not. So I keep racking them up. 37 billion, 40 billion, whatever. I got over 150 billion between all my accounts. You know, I just don't want to see that number on one account. Because then it says to my brain, okay, you've made enough, stop playing. Right? The credits are not the currency. The currency is the materials. That's the currency. Materials that you get. That's the currency. And right now, for me, currency also is the merits that you can achieve by doing power play. That's also important too. Merits. Nothing else matters. The credits, you can get $1 billion, $2 billion. I can go down to California Nebula and farm Thargoids for a week or two. I'll come back with 3-4 billion. I'll go out into the black and do Stratum, you know, and do 5-6 billion. Now Corvus did that. He went out for forever and came back with 7 billion in exobiology. So credits are not the currency. Make no relevance. It just has no relevance whatsoever. Because you can make $1 billion very, very fast. You know, like I proved my point when I started the new accounts. Okay, the new account's called, what was it? Dragonborn, right? 2 weeks later, I had 2.5 billion. 2 weeks. You don't need to nerf parts of the game because they make too much money. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant if you're making 40 million passive income a week or if you're making 4 million. It's irrelevant. But the relevance of it is that we did a bunch of colonization. Give us something else. When we build the system, when we build the station, give us something else. Don't give us credits. Give us something else. Let us choose what reward we get. Right? So, give us a hard item. Give us a brand new gun that's engineered or something. You know? But there's got to be a reward for the hard work that we did. It's not just building, and we don't have our names in it. We don't have any ownership in it. We don't own the system. We don't own the station. Somebody else does. Yes, that's important too. So I keep ranting about it because I know FDev is listening. I'm sure they're going to be listening to this stream and the following streams. But it's so important that people have ownership. It keeps people playing in the game. It keeps people playing in the game, and it's immersion, man. It's immersion. When they have their names on a system, a name in a planet, they own it too. They're governors of it. They're getting taxes from it. You know, that's something to think about. That's something to think about. People want this. You know? I don't do colonization, they say. I don't do colonization because there's nothing in it. But then, oh man, they added governorship. I can be a governor of a planet in the system. Or maybe I should do some colonization. Okay? So, these are the things to think about. And for me personally, I just don't understand the nerfing, the negativity in wanting to reward people for the hard work. I just don't see it. I really don't. I don't see why they do that. I don't. Makes no sense to me. Okay, it shouldn't be No Man's Sky where you can find aluminum every corner of the planet. You can, but at least in No Man's Sky, I go into a system that's been unexplored, or to a planet that's unexplored. I actually can rename them in whatever I want. That's No Man's Sky without having to pay for anything. Mind you, without having to pay for anything. You don't pay to rename a system or planet at No, or even fauna. We don't get to. They don't actually pay for that. They don't pay for that. You can name the flora or fauna whatever you want. You know, so they're English too. They're English too. They're English. They're from England. They developed. They're a British company. Hello Games. So what's the difference between our dear beloved FDev and Hello Games? Why are they so vastly different?
Landing gear retracted.
You know, I'm not saying go all out and have everything No Man's Sky has in the game. No, I'm saying some things, some ownership, name change, you know, stuff like that. Giving a reward, an actual reward for the hard work we do. Stuff like that. Why? Why is Hello Games different than FDev? And something has to be working because No Man's Sky is getting awards. They got awards every year. Every year. Right?
Frameshift
And they're pumping out DLCs like toast.
4.
Just boom, 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 boom. Every month. It feels like every month. So I'm not saying you should play No Man's Sky. I personally don't want to play No Man's Sky. But there has to be a reward. So like in Starfield, somebody dies, they're on the floor, I can pick up their equipment. Right? I get their equipment. Why can't we get that in Elite? I pick up nothing off a dead person on the ground. Matter of fact, they disappear after 3 to 5 seconds. I go back to try to scan them so I can get a bounty, and they're gone. So, just thoughts, dude. Just thoughts. Man, there's so many things that they can do to change this game. Make it more friendly. Make it more... Sorry about that, guys. Make it more friendly. Make it more... giving, and people would stay. You know, people will stay, people will play. Sorry about that, didn't mean that to happen. Got too close to the mic with my headphone. Yup. Anyway, if I join the partner program, I can't badmouth them anymore. Maybe give them some constructive criticism, but I won't say anything bad, and I can't even use profanity. So that's good. I don't know how long I'll be in a partner program. Maybe I'll get on tomorrow, and on Monday I'll be off. Sorry, we decided to rescind your partner program agreement. Because you're cursing too much. Oh. Yes. Have you guys seen The Age of Disclosure? That's what I want to know. Has anybody seen The Age of Disclosure? I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if I'll actually see it. Silent Partner. I haven't seen any reviews on it either. You know, that means it's probably good. If there's no bad reviews, no bad reviews. Bad review? There's a bad review? There is a bad review. Is there a bad review? Just don't tell me it's woke. That's all I need.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Just don't tell me it's woke. It didn't end well. It didn't end well. Well, that's okay. That's not cool. It didn't end well. So, not woke. Okay, good.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
I think wokeism is kind of like a religion. It's a philosophy, or it should be like a philosophy, right? So philosophy should be taught in the school, nowhere else. It should keep the airwaves neutral. You know,
4, 3,
and keep them clean too, because sometimes the kids watch this stuff. So maybe the parents don't want the kids to find out about all these racy things, like different type of sexualities. Some parents are like that. They don't want their kids to learn right away, especially, young ones. So that should be an FCC thing, should be a government thing, because they're the ones who regulate the airwaves. So they should actually regulate this stuff. Because you don't have people in the media promoting, let's say, Catholicism or something like that. You keep that for the special programs on Sunday, or the channels that promote religion. You can have a channel that can promote wokeism and all this stuff. So, same as they have for Christian Broadcasting Network, right? They can have a woke broadcasting network, right? So let's see if they approve my thing. I don't know. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Maybe because I'm been too loud when it comes to certain things.
Please approach the station at a safe speed and be mindful of other pilots in the area. Request approved. Prep for arrival on landing badge 17. Automated docking approved.
So if you see me actually being clean and not cursing, and then I always pat FDev on the back, oh, they're doing such a good job, then you guys know I'm in a partner program. I will have constructive criticism. I will. I promise. I will have constructive criticism. When I think that some things are just bad. So tomorrow morning I won't be streaming. I have to do some things. I'll be well, I'm getting a checkup, so I'll be in a hospital for a while. So I won't be home probably till late, or maybe the next day. So we'll see what happens. If I stream, it'll probably be Friday night. Friday night Eastern. If you live on the East Coast. Right? So let's see what happens tomorrow. I would have started a lot earlier, but it said it still says server status maintenance. So I don't know why that does that. Still says that. Imagine that. So I'm probably gonna dual box in my off time when I'm not streaming. So this, I have multiple accounts, but I have 2 computers, so 2 big. One's NVIDIA and one's AMD.
Maximum capacity.
So I can dual box and do these hauls a lot faster because they're taking too much time. Taking too much time.
Landing gear retracted.
If you have not done the community goal, make sure you guys do the community goal. One way to support FDev is by doing a community goal. If they see people doing good community goal, you know, they'll give us more community goals. If they see nobody doing community goals, they'll stop doing community goals. It's like anything, you know, you go to a store and you're buying this one thing and then nobody buys it, you're the only person and there's plenty on the rack and it's, oh my god, then they cut the production of it because nobody's buying it. You know, all you have to do is deliver one item, and you get 45 million. 45 million, imagine that.
Frameshift
For
drive
one
charging.
aluminum. That'll be the most expensive ton of aluminum
3, 2, 1. Engage.
in the history of this game. But that's the way to actually make sure we keep getting CGs and we still get good stuff, even though the stuff's not that exciting, you know, paint jobs. The one thing FDev should note that maybe people are not flying the Panther Clipper or the T8, so having paint jobs for those 2 ships,
Orbital flight
you know,
engaged.
they should have a general kind of paint job you can put on any ship in the game. That would be a phenomenal CG. Think about this. You do the CG and that paint job will appear in every ship that you ever have. You know? That would be a freaking phenomenal paint job. That would be a phenomenal CG. Because that's 48 ships. So it's like getting 48 paint jobs. Now that would be a good paint job. So I don't have to worry about having the ship. I don't have to worry about having the T8 or the Clipper or whatever. You know, 'cause Clipper, after you know that, you know, when you actually engineer the Clipper and you put on all the good stuff, it's about $500 million, man. I have 2. Actually, in this account, I have 3. One's a long range and the other 2 are a fleet carrier. I don't know what you want to call them, fleet carrier drones. So this is my second T3 I'm building. The first one I built by myself. I don't know if anybody else wants to join me. I did. Jack or Phaser Rodak has helped me a lot in the past, but he's doing his things. He might be up on the Sagway helping out. If I know him, that's what I'll be doing. That's what I want to do, actually. I think he went to Colonia. We're still waiting for that, for something to happen, a CG where we actually can build a hub there. That would be amazing. Imagine having a hub in Colonia right now. Right now.
Landing gear deployed.
What would that do for the Dukes of Myken and the Galtia? What would that do for that work that they did? If there's an actual hub in Colonia right now. That would not be good,
Docking successful.
I think.
Engines disengaged.
I might do 20,000 steel, because this was like 70,000 steel. Jesus, that's a lot, man. That's a lot. I don't know how much steel I can haul anymore.
Landing gear retracted.
Once I get steel out of the way, see, I'm gonna get titanium out of the way. I'm gonna get Oxygen out of the way. Cement composites and ceramics, I'm gonna go. No worries, Jack. No worries. No worries, man. You did enough already, man, so I would never ask you for anything.
Frameshift drive
You know, I'm indebted to you forever.
4,
When I come to England, I'll take you to dinner, you and your family,
1. Engage.
and buy you a gift. No, it's not. It's not down, dude. It's just they forgot to turn off the server status maintenance sign. It's not down. Just log in as usual, Titus. Just log in as usual. Someone said it on the forums. I think I caught it on the forums, and then it's been up since 11:20. Really? Shoo. Wow. Okay. They just forgot to take down the sign. That's okay. The word is getting out. Jack, I applied for the partner program, man. So we're gonna have all those goodies for Twitch. I'm trying to get Twitch going. I just forgot it. I'm so stupid. I gotta look at my history. I watched a third party. I have a third party system that I can grab and I can do because it's not working. I can't get the stream for Twitch to work. I don't want to make Twitch the primary and YouTube the secondary. Because right now on YouTube, and I want to include you in the whole thing because you helped out a lot too. We have 1,241 subscribers. 1,241 subscribers. So, and a lot more people watch this than I think Twitch does. I might go on Kick also. So this one program for OBS will have everything in it, so I can actually add Kick also. I don't know. But I'm thinking of... I applied for the partner program. I'll probably get declined because I got a bad mouth, man. And I most of the time, some of the times, not most of the time, some of the times I curse these guys out. So, you know, but I understand them. I understand them because I code too, so I understand the work that they do. But their philosophy, the game philosophy, I just don't. I moderate several streamers on Twitch. Been a mad there for 8 years or so. Really? Really? Well, if you need another person to moderate, I need moderators because I lost my 2 moderators. So, if you're up for it, I'd love to have you. YouTube and Twitch. That's if you have time. I'm not gonna force you or anything like that. If you want to. You can moderate me. You can say, Dragster, shut up. You're talking crap again. You're gonna get banned from the partner program. You can moderate me.
Cargo hold at maximum
Oh,
capacity.
jeez. Yeah, dude. I don't really watch Twitch, so
Ship released. You are clear to leave.
or Kick. I'm just a YouTube person. But there are some streamers, elite dangerous streamers there. You know, Ricardo's one of them, of course. Yep. Shit. That's a lot of people. Anyway. So what are you guys playing? What are you doing? Where are you going? What are you doing? What are you doing? I think it's easier to collect the materials from a base and just drop it down to the... But you can't do the escape pod method. Unfortunately. You can't do the escape pod method. I think this one's the hardest to do. T3 ground surface. It's harder than Dodec. At least a Dodec is in space.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
So we'll be streaming tomorrow morning, probably in evening, maybe Eastern. I mean Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what time it'll be in England. Depends when I wake up Saturday morning.
Orbital flight engaged.
I got another month or so and things should be back to normal in my life. Hopefully. I really want to go home. I really miss the States. I really do. My wife keeps catching me buying the milkshakes, right? From this one restaurant, they have milkshakes. Just like the States. It tastes exactly like I used to have in Queens, New York. Like, oh my, at the diners I used to go to, they have some good diners there. They make some good milkshakes. And what's wrong with you? Are you crazy? You know they're watching you for diabetes and all this other stuff. Are you crazy? You want to die? You know, if I die, I'd rather die with a milkshake in my mouth than nothing. If I die, I want a milkshake in my mouth.
Docking request granted.
This man has some white pus coming out of his mouth. And then my wife screams, "No, that's not pus. That's milkshake." He took a gulp before he died. He croaked over. Yeah. Or is that, we have to say unalived, right? Unalived. We can't say die. We can't say kill, right? Can we say that in a video game? We can't say kill in a video game? Anyway. It's just a video game.
Landing gear deployed.
I'll send my daughter out. Sweetie, go get Papa a milkshake. Papa, you're dying. What if you die while I'm out? Just don't worry. I'll stay alive until you come back.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
Oh god. But it's a damn good milkshake, man. It's really, really good.
Landing gear retracted. Ship
Anyway,
released. Engines engaged.
that's my funny story for the day. It's just a really, really good milkshake. You just, I got like a craving for it. Like probably tomorrow I'll have a craving for it again. But one thing, it does help with the nausea, so because it's milk, right?
Drive charging.
So it does help a little bit.
3, 2, 1. Engage.
I really thought that they were down for so long. I thought there was gonna be a some kind of patch or something, really early access thing. I was so excited. I'm like, oh my god. But nothing. And as our dear friend says, they've been up since 11:20 a.m. British Standard Time. So that's like what, 6:30 my time, 6:20 my time. So I actually could have started the stream at 6:30. I didn't know they were up. Then I went online and somebody said they were up, but it's in one of the streams, one of the posts. So then I logged on and saw it was up.
Stay aware of other ships around this carrier.
That's cool.
Access granted. Proceed to your allocated
I'm probably gonna do
commander.
power play again,
Docking
but
requires
I gotta
confirmed.
find combat
Assisted approach
zones.
is go.
I gotta find combat zones and I gotta find wars so I can do ground combat. I enjoy that very much. Very much.
Landing gear deployed.
But I kind of stuck a needle in my eye by putting up all this construction so far. I got like 4 T3s to build. 4 T2s and 1 T3. That's a little bit too much. But that's kind of my style. I put the goal in front of me so I can get it done. If it's a small thing, I just don't do it.
Contact confirmed.
Why am I in a
Cloud
carrier?
Welcome, Commander.
Shoot. Wrong place.
Landing gear retracted.
Go for launch. You have liftoff.
You know what I'm excited about the Nomad? I really do think we'll be able to collect the materials off the trees, off the brain trees and crystalline structures with the ship. I really do think so, because the clamps underneath the cockpit, they look like those in submersibles that they use in submarines, in current day real life submarines.
Frameshift drive.
So
4,
maybe we'll be able to pick those up.
1. Engage.
Or maybe we'll be able to pick stuff off the water. Because I still think we're going to get water. And I'm not being delusional. And it's not a fantasy. A lot of other people say the same thing. So if that's the case, I'm going out exploring like crazy. I really am. But I have a whole bunch of systems where I have planets that could have, they have some kind of water on them, but I can't land on them.
Access granted. Set down on landing pad 02.
So
Automated docking approved.
That'll get excited. That'll be very, very exciting. Very excited to do that. Didn't I just... Oh, inventory empty. Yep. Do you guys do any ground conflicts? Do you enjoy that? That's the question I want to ask you guys. Do you enjoy ground conflicts? Do you enjoy watching ground conflicts?
Landing gear deployed.
You know, or do you enjoy space combat, like the one I was doing the other day in the power play combat zones? That was a good lesson to be taught, because you saw ships that had no hull, barely any shield. Shooting them down it was very, very easy to shoot them down, and I got the merits. You don't get any bounties. You don't get any bounties, but you know, do you want bounties or you want to do merits? I actually was there for the merits, not the bounties.
Landing gear retracted.
Ship released. Watch for oncoming traffic when passing through the airlock.
Anyway.
Frameshift drive charging.
You have left the no-fire zone.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Anyway, I'm lost for words right now. That's what happens in colonization. You start to slow down, you start to relax. I guess that's a benefit to doing colonization.
Orbital flight engaged.
My blood pressure goes down. One thing that I don't understand, why don't they let people mod the game? If they let people mod the game, every aspect of this game would be totally different. You'd have ship interiors, you got micro colonization, you'd have Earth-like worlds, but they don't let people mod the game, so I don't know why not. Makes other games they do, and it enhances the game. Like Styx plays, Fallout, and he's got more than 100 mods for it. But it's a whole different game, you know. I guess because it's a live service. So, I guess, I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think? So tomorrow is Friday. That makes me so happy. Makes me so happy. It's a good thing.
Landing gear deployed.
In any case, this weekend I'm going to decide what I'm going to do next week, like what kind of play I'm going to do. I really want to do a lot of ground combat, so to get the first elite one, at least. I'm at 30+% now. Lance says colonization is a beating of a grind. There needs to be an option to pay NPC contractors to deliver goods for you. I mean, we build up all this money and credits, and we have nothing other to spend it on than ships. And that's what I said. Credits. FDev still has in their minds that credits is a reward. Okay, but it's not. It's not a reward. I have maybe 150 million between all the accounts, right? So it's not a reward. The reward is the materials, but it'll be too much. And when I say to you it's too much coding, it's because they're short-staffed for Elite Dangerous.
Engines engaged.
So they pretty much most of their staff is working on the dinosaur game and probably the Zoo Part 2, Planet Zoo Part 2. I think they're doing that one. So they have very limited manpower put into this game. And when I say NPC getting all the things to work together, them having a ship or you're giving them your ship, it would be easier for coding wise if they had their own ship. So the NPC has their own ship and they can actually deliver for you by contracting them, right? But I think that would require too much coding. So when I think the best bet is to do pay to skip. It would be less coding for them, and we don't have to actually build something. And they could limit it to once a month, like one dodec a month. One dodec a month. So my opinion is pay to skip. It would be the best idea for the grind, without having to spend all that time coding, because they have no manpower for Elite to code all that. And they're doing this module now, operations, and I think we're gonna go to a part 2 with worlds. We're getting closer to Earth-like worlds, so we're gonna have I just don't think it's feasible right now to do that. I think the way they should do it is that it would be an Odyssey thing. The NPCs don't get out of the ship. You can put the job up and the NPC can answer. They have their own ships, and they come and grab the materials off your ship. So you have to give them access to your ship to take stuff off, right? See, there's a lot of moving parts, and that's why I say to you, when there's too many moving parts, they're probably not going to do it. You know, because it also raises the problem of bugs. You know, maybe the NPC gets bugged out and doesn't actually grab any materials from your ship. Right? And then we start cursing them out. Oh, you suck, FDev, you suck, blah, blah, blah. But it's not really their fault, because they knew they're going to have these problems. you know, whenever coding something new, especially in C++, oof, it's I feel for them. I feel their pain. But it is a grind, and there's a way to skip that grind. And I think the way to skip it is pay to skip. It makes them marks. It gives us access to a Dodec once a month at least. Your minimal once a month. That's how long it would take you to build a Dodec, 2 to 3 weeks. Pay to skip once a month. Okay, that's just a thought. I mean, you don't have to do it, but in my opinion, I would welcome that more than NPCs working my cargo. Okay, NPCs would actually be better. Would be a problem. Would not be better. It would be a problem because you have to hire them. So that's a whole new facet of the game that you have to add to the game. So it's just a thought. Just so you guys know, I do recommend a lot of stuff when it comes to this game. I do go online and go on the forums and put up recommendations. And whenever I put up a recommendation, it's always how much coding is there going to be involved. Like when I went online and I said they should give us access to the brain trees, the mechanism's already there. We pick up the eggs. We picked up the eggs off the ground, right? We picked up the eggs off the ground. So the mechanism is there to actually pick up materials off of brain trees. So when I said that shouldn't be a lot of coding. It's just the E button. You know, interact, E button. So that shouldn't be a lot of work, but it would change the game dramatically because now you have a different way of picking up materials off of brain trees. You have a different way besides using your SRV. You get out of your SRV, and the materials are going to the same place. Whether it's the SRV or you, they're going to go in your inventory. Once you grab them, they magically go into your inventory. So whenever I actually recommend something, I have to think it through and say, would there be a lot of coding involved? Would there be a lot of, you know, some things I didn't recommend there would be, but most of the stuff, no. And I don't want to pat myself on the back, but 3 years ago, I went online and I said, why can't we have pre-engineered cargo racks? I didn't call them that. I said engineered cargo racks. That we can actually add more, I said 20%. They actually do 30%. So they were a lot more generous. But I said that and I got reamed. I got absolutely reamed online. But that's an easy fix. And it changed the game dramatically. Right? Because it's just adding a little bit extra to the cargo rack and changing the name of the cargo rack. That's all the coding they had to do for this very special pre-engineered cargo rack, right? So always when thinking of something, don't get discouraged that they didn't do it. Oh my God, they should have NPCs. Oh my God, they should have ship interiors. Oh my God, why don't they have terraforming? Okay. How much would that involve? How many mechanisms, how many clicks would it involve to do the actual thing that you're suggesting? So that's the problem with them right now. You know, it's an 11-year-old game. They're not putting a lot of manpower on it. And so whatever we get, just consider it like Christmas. It's a Christmas gift. Thank you very much, FDev. You know, so that's my opinion. Until our numbers hit double digits, when the sales numbers hit double digits, that's when the whole board of directors' brains will start sizzling. Oh, we need to do something with Elite Dangerous. So one of the reasons that I beg you guys to do the CG is because they're watching on our numbers. They're watching to see what the population of the server is, population of the game is. I'm sure they're watching that every day. Okay, so that's why I keep pushing to do stuff. The biggest CG, we almost had 60,000 people, 60,000 contributors. It might not seem like a lot, but for Elite, that almost died out 3.5 years ago. Okay, it's a big deal. So NPC, my opinion, would be too much coding, too much work, too many possibilities for screw ups, for bugs. So they're probably not going to do that.
Landing gear deployed.
They're probably not going to do that. I mean, we have ships landing on our fleet carriers and colonization ships and all that all the time. So that, in my mind, you know, we already have those things, but
Docking successful. Engines
how many moving
disengaged.
parts does something like that have? You know, how many moving parts? How many possibilities for error and then bugs? So that's my thought. Okay? Don't hate me for it. I'm just being realistic. You know, at least we got pre-engineered cargo racks. We got some suits. We got to do radicoida eggs. That was exciting. That was something new. And now we're going to have operations. And we're going to have some kind of ship launch vehicle that's small and very maneuverable. So
Frameshift drive charging.
we're still getting stuff. Right? We're still getting stuff in the game.
3, 2,
But sometimes those things might not be feasible. They might not be doable because of it might be too much to do, too much work, too many possibilities for errors and bugs. Yeah. I'm really hoping we have two methods of collecting materials off the surface. One being that we can capture it with our own, we can interact with it and pick it up with our hands. The other ones is the ship that we just fly around with. I don't think we'll be scanning biosignatures. We won't be scanning exobiology, but one can only wish. One can only wish that I have a scanner in my ship that I could just scan exobiology. One can only wish.
Zorgan Peterson, Delta Romeo Alpha. Welcome to this independent station, Commander. Please fly safely during arrival and departure. Landing
One can only
will be
wish.
set down on landing pad 02. You are clear for automated approach, Commander.
One can only wish. I still think we'll be able to get out of our... We'll have to get out of our ships and scan the bio data, biosignatures by ourselves without the ship. But I think picking up materials off the trees will be doable. I think. I don't know. Who knows?
Landing gear deployed.
Landing complete. Docking restraints engaged.
Alright. Might do a little bit more. Doesn't Google own Twitch? Isn't that still Twitch? I'm not sure.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Yeah, that's why they have such a high... You know, like you get banned if you use profanity or whatever. You have to watch your mouth. I don't know. That's gonna be hard for me.
Landing gear retracted.
As one person who I love dearly said, you're Commander Profane.
Perimeter.
I haven't seen any new ships, just the old ones flying in and out of the Star Poco. Oh, don't hit him, don't hit him. Aye.
Hull integrity compromised.
I just
Taking
got hit.
damage.
I just got hit, took 4% damage. Look at that. That's okay. That was a lot. That's like 30,000 tons. I think I delivered 30,000 tons. This is a lot of steel. A lot of steel.
All clear. Flight control signing off.
A lot of steel.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
I think there should be an Elite Dangerous movie. I think it would be pretty cool to have an Elite Dangerous movie. You can have like a Han Solo type character. You can have a kid.
Orbital flight engaged.
A lot of fighting and combat space and on the ground. You can even bring out the Raxla, the Raxla myth, the Raxla story in this movie. There should be an Elite Dangerous movie. I mean, they made a Fallout movie. Not a lot of games, not space games. There's not a lot of them. They're space-oriented games, or like the new one, Exodus. It's not. There's no space travel. It doesn't look like there's any space travel, like with Elite, right? There aren't that many space games. There are more zombie games or combat games than there are space games.
Docking request granted.
Yep. The creators of The Expanse, says TJ Vibos. Yeah, like they made the space game Expanse right after the movie. Oh no, that was the book, right? Is there a book?
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
But they should be an elite movie. They really should be.
Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged. Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
You know what I like to see in this game is more micro building. Like being able to build a settlement from scratch. Our own settlement. You know, like a micro settlement, you know, small little town, not necessarily like with a small or medium starport landing pad. I'd like to see that. And you can get your own house, and you can get your own, you know, your own settlement. Then you'd have people coming and settling there. So, that's a thought. You'd have habitations and maybe
Peterson, Delta, Romeo, Alpha. Welcome to this independent station, Commander. Please fly safely during arrival
a
and departure.
marketplace, you know, place people can shop. But you probably would have to have a atmosphere for that.
Request approved. Set down on landing pad 39. You are clear for automated approach, Commander.
I could see that. That'd be sweet. Let me see. We got any friend invites? No. No friend invites. Anyway, again, if you guys want to get stuff from the fleet carrier and you're not in my squadron, you don't have to be from the squadron carrier. You don't have to be in my squadron. If you need something for construction, for your suits or whatever, I have so much stuff. A few things I'm missing, but those things can be done through missions and stuff. They can get gotten pretty fast. So if you need something, make friends with me first. Then tell me what you need, and I'll put up for grabs on the squadron carrier. Just go to the bartender and get it. But I can't send you materials. This is not Dungeons and Dragons, so I can't send it through a mailing system or anything like that. It just doesn't happen. So, FYI. I'm sure I want to help you, and I want to help you with your own stuff, so let me know. Let me know. I have too much anyway to...
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
Too much in my squadron carrier. I was just planning on selling most of it, so it's keeping bare minimum.
Landing gear retracted.
Ship detach complete. Watch for oncoming traffic when passing through the airlock.
Yep. Last night I found a station positioned right between a neutron star and a white giant. I mean, it's sandwiched between them. Yeah, that's a little wicked. I don't know. I don't know what that looks like actually. How would you even be able to land there? It's like, how do you land there?
Frameshift drive charging.
You have to actually go between them, and you got that exclusion zone, so...
1. Engage.
That must have taken a lot of work to deliver cargo. That must have taken a lot of work. Think about it. Think about it. The precision they had to do so they can go between those two. That's craziness. It was a blinding light. Oh man.
Orbital flight engaged.
I do like the effect. Notice it's getting dark. I started off fully lit. Now it's like the afternoon or twilight, the dusk. And it's like getting dark now. So the effect that the planet actually is rotating, I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, that was a lot of hauling. I think I started with 60,000 tons of steel that I needed to haul. Still not finished yet. These are the hardest because you have to just put up with coming down to the surface every time.
Docking request granted.
All right. That's wonderful. That is wonderful.
Landing gear
Okay.
deployed.
Ed Nova Choice says, great video, really enjoyed it. I'm a player who mainly focuses on power CZs, conflict zones. Really, me too. But it's all my time playing. But in all my time playing, I've never seen enemy ships being so fragile like paper, like they are in this video. I'm really curious, do you happen to know if there was a special system state or condition made them this weak? Okay, so that's a very good question. That's because if you are actually here at Nova Choi, okay, I wasn't doing my own conflict zone. I was doing 2 other factions conflict zones, so they were fighting each other. They were having aggro on each other, and they had 0 hull and almost no shield. If you saw the actual video, most of the ships were like that. So I was chasing those kind of ships, so I don't have to fight too much. If I get aggro, then they attack me, etc., etc. Okay? So if you're doing power conflict zones, don't do your own. Do 2 other power conflict zones other than your own. So for instance, I was doing Archer and Mayhem, right? I was doing them. So I was attacking them. They were attacking each other and I was attacking them. And that's what made it so easy. Okay? Because they were bringing down their own shields and hulls and stuff like that, and then while they're recharging their shields so they can go back into the combat, I took them down with 1 shot. And that's why I actually like doing other combat zones than my own. My own runs out. I only have 1 enemy. In the other combat zone, I had 2 enemies. Okay? I had 2 enemies. But they were fighting each other. So they had their own enemy. They were fighting each other. And the combat zone doesn't end. When you're doing your own combat zone, let's say Grom versus Archer, which I'm Grom, then that ends. As soon as you've reached a certain target, you've won, etc. Okay, trade-off is you don't get any bounties. You don't get any bonds. That's the trade-off. Kaiser's Pride, what is that? What's Kaiser's Pride? In any case, that's Ed Nova Choi. I'm gonna respond to him and write him. But that's why they were so weak. Because literally, they were fighting each other. And I was running with Imperial Hammers, 4 of them. If you notice that I was overheating like crazy. And I was only shooting once or twice, so I don't overheat. But if I actually took 2 or 3 shots at once, I would take down a ship right away. Because those guns are OP. Okay? So I've been doing those combat zones for a long time, since Power Play came out, and I noticed that they're the best because they aggro on each other. And they fighting each other, they aggro on each other, and then you go and take them out. You go and shoot them down. They don't shoot you, so I was never getting any damage to my ship or hull. So that's the difference. That's why it was so easy. It looked so easy. Okay. But it's not so easy when I'm doing my own faction against Archer or whatever. It's not so easy. It's not so easy. Alright? And it's just annoying because I have to wait for the war to be over. Right? In order to gain a bounty or whatever I'm going to get from it. So I get whatever, bounties or bonds, I don't know what they call them. In the combat zone that I was doing, okay, both not my own, but like Archer and Mayhem Grom, other than my own, you don't get any bounties and there's no clock. You're just getting merits. Because you're not supposed to be there. Okay, you're butting in on somebody else's fight. So FYI. So I look for the ships that been they're fighting a little bit, their shields are down, and all of a sudden half their hull is down, and boom, you know, I attack them with the Imperial Hammer. Other than that, you're just not using the right weapons. If you're still using lasers and beam lasers and pulse lasers, then you're, you know, when I was shooting the Packhound missiles, I was shooting 24 at a time, so 24 missiles were hitting the damn shield, the ship that was the enemy. So, you know, I did a lot of experimentation, and right now the best weapons probably are the shock cannons. But you overheat like crazy. You overheat like crazy. So if you're listening, Ed Novachoy, okay, that's the reason. It wasn't my own combat zone. It wasn't one that it wasn't Grom against Archer or Grom against Mayhem. It was somebody else's. And you should have noticed that because I wasn't getting any bonds. I wasn't getting any money for the kills. I was just getting merits. You should have noticed that. Okay, it's self-explanatory. And then the weapons you have. I mean, they weren't paper-like. They just had their shields and their hull down because they've been fighting each other. And then I went for the kill, standing in the sidelines, going in for the kill. So, choose your weapons wisely, my friend. Choose your weapons wisely. That's all I can say. You know, sometimes I have a bad day, sometimes I have a good day. It wasn't the specific system name or condition. It was that they were fighting each other. Okay? They were fighting each other. And they helped me fight each other. So I had Mayhem fighting Archer, Archer fighting Mayhem, and they were helping me fight each other. So anyway, plus I had 7,000 shields, so try it out. Anyway, that's my opinion for Ed Novachoy. If you were actually Ed Novachoy, watch my video exploration. Okay, but the actual combat zone is medium, so it's not like high end. So they don't really have any engineering done to their ships. So I'm wondering, what kind of ship are you flying that you're doing power play conflict zones, and you're having a hard time with medium intensity power play conflict zones. You know, so that's my thought. So if you watch my video, I guess you guys, Kaiser Pride. What's Kaiser Pride, TJ Vipos? What that mean? What does that mean? Kaiser's Pride? What's Kaiser's Pride? I gotta say something to this guy. Yeah, it's getting dark. I hate flying in the dark. Alright. So I hope that answers some question. If you're watching, if you're listening, if you're listening, Ed Nova Choi, you know. Oh, Kaiser's Pride. That was between 2 stars, really. The next time I do power play conflict zones, I'm gonna take out the shot cannons,
Docking request granted.
the larger ones that gets overheats to 300. It's just amazing. So is it tourist station? Cool.
Landing gear deployed.
Yep, look at the sunset. Look at that, man. That's really cool.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
All right. I still got a lot to go. I'm halfway through the thing, though.
Landing gear retracted. Ship released.
Yeah, it is.
Engines engaged.
Yeah, it is. That's for sure.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Yeah. Very nice view. Anyway. Okay, guys. I'm gonna call it. I think that's enough for me. It's about 2 hours already. And I waited another hour for the thing to come up, but it still says server maintenance, so it's probably bugged out. It's probably bugged out, who knows? Maybe the servers are down again, I don't even know. Anyway, I'm gonna call it here for colonization. I won't be on tomorrow, probably won't be on till Friday night Eastern Standard. I'm not exactly sure. So it all depends how I feel. I'd like to answer this gentleman's comment, because I don't know if he realized what kind of combat zone it was. He wasn't noticing it. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here. Always love to see you guys here. Thank you for all your comments. And thank you for your subs and notification and all that. I will see you guys next time on Elite Dangerous Daily. Fly dangerously, stay frosty. 07 Commanders.